Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Well, good evening, everyone. On this Tuesday, we're shaping up pretty good right now. We've got all the storms out of here. We had a powerful storm coming out of North Mississippi. It crossed the line near Mickey, Tennessee earlier tonight, but it gradually kind of dissipated out. But not before bringing a bunch of gusty winds and rain to those localized areas. 68 right now, southeast winds at 6 miles per hour. Dew point almost 70 degrees here in Savannah. It is very, very humid, very moist for this time of the year. 73 in Trenton. We've got 15-mile-per-hour winds out of the southwest. Let's go ahead and take a look at Jackson, where we're at 75 degrees. Dew points are holding pretty good here too at 64. So you remember on Saturday we had dew points right there. I mean, they were like the mid 60s, and that's when we had a couple of those severe storms come through. The one near Millington that made its way through, and our southern counties affected there. So you know, we're already cranking it right back up again here with the dew points in the 60s, well ahead of the lift mechanism, which is going to be the cold front coming tomorrow. We're at 73 balmy degrees right now in Union City. We've got 75 right now in Brownsville, 75 in Summerville. We've got 75 in Henderson. Now, it is cooler right here in Selmer and Savannah. That's because of those nearby storms that came through and kind of temporarily cooled us down there. Some rain cooled air. Lexington at 75, 73 in Camden. And those winds continuing out of the south, as they have been up to about 25 miles per hour at times. Gusty, gusty, gusty it is out there. It feels like a storm is kind of brewing when you step out there right now, even though the skies are mostly clear right now. Here's the big setup. Now, the big concern tomorrow is going to be like in the mid to late afternoon, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Before the main lift mechanism gets here, we could start to see some storms firing off out ahead of the main system in West Tennessee. The greatest chance of those occurring is going to be along and south of I-40, and those could be tornadic if they get rolling enough. Here's the night's look. Now here's tomorrow. We go all of us under a slight risk. Don't worry, we're going to zoom in on this so you can get a better idea. But I just wanted to show you that tomorrow is going to be less overall than what they're getting out west, which is that enhanced to that moderate risk out there to the west. Here we are tonight. What's left of tonight, we've got that 1 out of 5 risk over west and northwest Tennessee, Lake, Obion, down through Shelby County, Lauderdale County, Tipton County, all of these areas in green. That's where you got to watch out tonight, midnight into about 1 or 2 a.m. I'll be here watching closely because some of those storms are going to probably try to develop and brush through here. So we'll just be making sure some of those don't get severe. So a small little window there tonight. Now, mainly would just be damaging wind gusts, heavy rain, maybe a little bit of hail in that. Tomorrow brings in all of that, but also adds the tornado threat, which is low, but it will be there. And the greatest risk of getting a tornado is going to be along and south of I-40 on kind of the front end of this into the afternoon hours. All of the West Tennessee area under that slight or 2 out of 5 risk by tomorrow. It's going to be a long day. Talking about what to expect, well, the overall tornado threat is low, but it is there, okay? It's like 2 to 4%. It's more like 4% south of I-40, 2% risk in any given one area north of I-40. So that's kind of how it goes. You're not immune to a tornado by any means north of I-40, but it's just, we're saying the better chance is along and south of I-40. However, that chance itself is, you know, fairly low. So that's one thing we'll be watching. Of course, that's the greatest danger, right? But then the hail threat is going to be more in the medium to moderate range. That means better chances of hail, 15 to 30%. And then we've got the damaging wind threat. That's going to be medium to high. So those two things there, hail and damaging winds, of course, will be the most concerning with what we've got coming in through the afternoon and evening hours. Let's take a look at radar. It looks pretty quiet now. We did have the storm come out of near Rienzi, Mississippi. It kind of brushed through Mickey and made its way over into around the Savannah area tonight, and then it started to dissipate, and it has now moved into Middle Tennessee, what's left of it. All is quiet now from northwest and north central Tennessee. We're going to head down towards the I-40 corridor, looking good. This is where we saw the storms earlier tonight. Those have since moved out. But again, even when we're not even in a severe risk, you can see a strong storm, sometimes get that stray severe storm. It's not uncommon. But looking good south along in our southern counties, Memphis back over to Savannah, looking good. All right, we're panning back kind of slowly, but I'm going to take you out west of us here and just look. And they have had nights like this over and over. But look at all these tornado watch boxes extending back north of Springfield, Missouri, and just numerous amounts of lightning that have been going on from Dallas, Texas, up through looking at like Wichita over to around Kansas City. This is a mess. I mean, they're just getting pounded by torrential rains, you know, constant, almost seemingly severe thunderstorm warnings and hail-producing storms and occasionally tornadoes there. I don't think it's going to be that bad here because, as you saw, we're going to go from like they're 3 out of 5, and then up north and west of us, that 4 out of 5 moderate, we're going to be 2 out of 5 over West Tennessee. So thankfully, it does look like it will weaken a little bit here, but we're still going to have conditions that could cause some of these storms to rotate down here south of I-40. Here we are, midnight tonight through about 2 a.m. We got to watch here, Dyersburg up through the Union City area. A few stray showers and storms after that, but then we go towards noon. Here's 1 o'clock tomorrow. Again, right in here, those storms could have the best chance of rotating south of I-40. Notice this goes on through about 10 o'clock before all of the storms start to get out of here. Don't worry, we're going to replay this again for you here. So here we are tonight. Here's the time, Tuesday, and then you see the clock beside it there. Here we are around the midnight hour through about 2 a.m. Those storms kind of brushing through, a stray weak storm or two possible beyond that. And then we head towards noon. Here's 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, starts to get underway. Watch out with these storms, Savannah back through the Oakland and Memphis area. That'll be from about 2 to 4 o'clock, and then we'll continue with more storms developing northward, and those will push towards the Tennessee River. The window of opportunity is mainly going to be from about, looks like about as early as 1 o'clock and as late as about 9 to 10 o'clock on the storm still being in the area. So again, I like to just show you the futurecast because it kind of gives you an idea of where your area's at and when this is really looking hot on the map here with all the action. So you can see none of us are going to escape the thunderstorms tomorrow. It looks like we'll all be involved in at least some storminess, some raininess. For tonight, though, it's mainly just a slight chance of a pop-up storm for most of us. But again, your better chances right there from Memphis up through Dyersburg to Union City. Watch out there. Better chances of getting that severe storm a little bit later tonight. So that's why we got the storm clouds on there. I think it'll mainly just be kind of cloudy in the morning out at the bus stop, but then by about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, of course, when school's getting out, we're going to have those storms around. Now, somebody had asked me about getting the kids out of school. This is a lower risk. So it's not like we're in a 3 or a 4 or a 5 out of 5. But, you can tune in. We'll try to give you a heads up well ahead of time. If you see that we got a tornado warning or that looks like it's going to go, I'll try to hint to that early. And, you could maybe take action there. But a lot of times the school is a safer place. Most schools have a place prepared that's a safe place to go. But this is, again, a lower risk. So I don't think we're to that level necessarily yet. I tell you what, let's see how it looks tomorrow with all the new runs and all the newest information, and we'll start talking a little more about that too. And you can send me a text, okay? But in the afternoon, there will be some of those scattered storms. Some of those could be severe in the area. So yes, there is the possibility of that happening. So be weather aware if you're at work, and you've got the kids there at school. Just kind of be watching, because it may be necessary depending on the situation there, okay? 75 for the high tomorrow, but then we go to 37 as all the storms move out. Now we're bundling up. It's going to be back to winter time again. 37, 56 is all we're going to get for the high on Thursday, 39 on Friday morning. But this starts out a beautiful weekend. Look at this, 67 Friday, sunny. Oh, Rabba. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Saturday looks good, 74. We get a few storms late Sunday. That's a little front that'll come through with a blast of much colder air. 31 on Monday. And yes, still consistently indicating in the data we could have some flurries on the first half of Monday. Highs, by the way, 44. No problems with that because we're going back above freezing. And after all of this, the ground is going to be way too warm. But I wanted you to know that. So some people might hide it. I went ahead and put the flurries because it looks like we could get a few of those. 24 as we go into Tuesday morning, 49 on Tuesday. So going to be cold to start off next week, friends. Have a great rest of the night. Thanks so much for watching West Tennessee Weather. And again, we'll watch the storms and break in as needed. Also, look at the county warn map in the lower left of your screen. Any warnings that pop, you'll see your county light up, and it'll tell you the information. Have a good night, everyone.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.